So Kitten's first full moon. And oh, I was going to say, let me put my glasses on, but I see that I already have my glasses. Bye, Hensley. I'm going to take my mask off. All right. It was Kitten's first full moon. When she saw it, she thought, there's a little bowl of milk in the sky. And she wanted it. So she closed her eyes and stretched her neck and opened her mouth and licked. But Kitten only ended up with a bug on her tongue. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she pulled herself together and wiggled her bottom and sprang from the top step of the porch. But Kitten only tumbled, bumping her nose, banging her ear, and pinching her tail. Poor Kitten. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she chased it down the sidewalk, through the garden, past the field, by the pond. But Kitten never seemed to get closer. Poor Kitten. Yeah. Still, there was the little bowl of milk just waiting. So she ran to the tallest tree she could find, and she climbed and climbed and climbed to the very top. But Kitten still couldn't reach the bowl of milk, and now she was scared. Poor Kitten. What could she do? Then, in the pond, Kitten saw another bowl of milk, and it was bigger. What a night! So she raced down the tree and raced through the grass and raced to the edge of the pond. She leaped with all of her might. I think we know where this is going, huh? Hello, PNW Lisa. Poor Kitten. She was wet and sad and tired and hungry. So she went back home. And there was a great big bowl of milk on the porch. Just waiting for her. Lucky Kitten. And just an FYI for anybody, and I know I'm probably Captain Obvious, but milk is not good for your cat. You know, if you want to give them milk, hello Igor. If you want to give them milk, you got to make sure it's either the kitten milk that you get in like PetSmart, or maybe even lactose-free milk or something like that. Regular milk, because cats are lactose intolerant, will cause diarrhea. So I just mentioned that just in case anybody um, is looking, at giving cats milk. I mean, a little bit is fine, little cheese is fine, but you have to be very careful. All right, I am going to wait until about 8 o'clock to read the Lewis Wildlife book. Hello, Vetrid. Oh, we haven't left, Vetrid. We've been here the whole time. We just moved over to YouTube a couple years ago. So, the Grumpy Dinosaur. Look how grumpy he looks. Leo's best friend is a dinosaur named Sonny. He's usually kind and he thinks that he's funny. Wait a minute, let me do this rhyming. Leo's best friend is a dinosaur named Sonny. He's usually kind and he thinks that he's funny. There's only one problem that Leo can see. Sonny sometimes gets grumpy, unfortunately. Sonny needs a Snickers. The dinosaur gets mad when things don't go his way. He explodes like dynamite several times a day. Leo is still teaching him to play nice and to share. Their friendship is special. He tells Sonny he cares. Well, I don't think he's fire breathing, is he? Huh? Today at the park, Sonny's mood got quite nasty. He was kicking up dirt and swinging from trees. Wait a minute, this isn't rhyming. Okay. He ran up the slide while the children slid down. He made Jaslyn cry when he acted like a clown. Some folks didn't like it, didn't think it was funny. They told him to stop and tried to reason with Sonny. How long ago were you here, Vetrid? How many years ago? The parents didn't think Sonny should get his own way, so he stomped off in a tantrum and refused to play. He waved his arms and shouted. He got very loud. The ruckus attracted a pretty sizable crowd. They told him to go as they pointed and stared. Come back when you're polite and willing to share. Later, at dinner, when they sat down to eat, Sonny didn't want salad. He didn't want meat. I hate vegetables, he said. I want dessert first. He was still acting badly. He was acting his worst. "2017. There's still quite a few cats here from 2017. Some of the residents. A lot of the CH cats are still here, if you remember the CH cats. This boy here, Hensley, I think that's Hensley. I can't see him. Hensley was here in 2017. We got Magic over here. She's only got two legs. Leo tried to calm Sonny, but he just walked away, then dumped toys out in the bedroom and started to play. He was alone for a while before Leo walked in. I want to talk to you, he said, and you need to listen. No one wants to be around a dinosaur that's mean. You only think of yourself, so the children aren't keen. To play with you on another thing, that's not good. You hurt my mom's feeling when you insult her food. Well, good and food don't really rhyme, but yep. Yeah, you have to be real careful with that lighten up. And I think it's okay for a little bit, for a special little treat, just a little bit, you know. But you know when you gave them too much. Oh, we are glad you're here, no one. You can visit anytime you want. Sonny considered the problem. He thought long and hard. He didn't want to play by himself in the backyard. He had fun at the park where the neighbor kids play. He vowed to be nicer. He would change his bad ways. Baby. He said sorry to Mom and Dad, and to Leo, too. I shouldn't have shouted, I don't want to hurt you. I'll stop being grumpy, I'll quit being my worst. From now on, I'll play nicely and eat my vegetables first. It is closed to visitors, no one. It is closed to visitors right now, especially because this last spike, you know, a lot of folks around here developed COVID. And so even the masks requirement is back on in FFRC. I'm only taking it off when I'm reading. But everybody's got to wear a mask inside again. Oh, there's some pictures. I guess these are black and white pictures that the kids can... Oh, he's got a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of other books here I can get. My Big Brother, The Goodnight Kiss, Elephants Can't Sleep, Daddy's Little Girl. I'll have to look at the elephant book. Pizza makes the world better. Oh, hopefully you can, no one. When I went to Fort Wayne yesterday to the doctors to get my stitches out, they have a couple of Chicago places there. They have Portillo's, and they also have Giordano's Pizza. So it's the first time I ever had Giordano's Pizza, but I didn't get the thick crust. I got the extra thin. It was very good. Thank you, Lori Lynn. Yes, the Spikester. Well, yeah, Sonny needs a pizza. All right. Next book we're going to read, and I think I might have read this a couple weeks ago, but it's a cute little book. It's called The Witch's Cat. And the Cooking Catastrophe. I wonder if there's other books. Yeah. So The Witch's Cat and the Cooking Catastrophe. One day, a witch's cat found a dusty old cookbook, and it gave him the most marvelous idea. I know, said the cat excitedly. I will make a super scrumptious surprise lunch for my lovely witch. How hard could that possibly be? As he eagerly flicked through the pages, he found the perfect recipe. It's called witch's broth. 5 fish heads. 4 splodges of frog spawn, 3 dried lily blossoms, 2 drops of dragonfly tears, 1 pinch of magic witching dust. Directions: throw it all in and stir and leave for 1 minute. Hello, Ricasia. Welcome to Friends of Feline Rescue Center webcam. Excellent, said the cat. She's a witch. Oh, you know what? I can show you the picture. It would be nice if I showed you the pictures. That's like half the fun. It's got to be Canvey, Igor. It's got, you know, Canvey is like the only one that really goes into the wheel anymore. Yes, it's blanket time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Have fun out there.
Yeah.
Stay warm. Excellent, says the cat. She's a witch, and I'm sure she'll like broth, whatever that is. Then he roughly followed the directions, adding an extra sprinkling of magic witching dust for good measure. Ha! I'm rather excellent at this cooking thing, he was boasting to himself, when poof! It was ready. The mixture was green and gurgling. The cat took a big sniff. Mmm, delicious. But it needs just a little something else. And he knew just the thing. Seasoning! So he added some herbs and spices before finishing it off to perfection with a good shake of salt and pepper. There, much better, he said, feeling very pleased with himself. Just then, the lovely witch arrived home. Oh, Cat, you've made lunch! What a wonderful surprise, she said happily. Well, this is interesting, said the witch as she took a closer peek at the mixture, which was now making a funny fizzing sound. What's in it? No, wait, don't tell me. Let me taste it and guess. That's nice, Anna. That's really great. And with that, she took a big spoonful. She swirled it around in her mouth. She swallowed, and then with a loud gulp and zap! In a flash of light, she turned into, a frog. Ribbit, ribbit, said the frog. Oh no, shrieked the cat. That wasn't supposed to happen. And that's when he noticed an important scribble at the bottom of the page. Warning, adding seasoning to a magic potion will make it stronger, so use sparingly, or ideally, not at all. A potion? Oh no, this isn't a cookbook, he realized with horror. It's a spell book! Kiara has a lot to say, as you can hear. What have I done? This is not good at all. It's a cooking catastrophe. And I need to fix it now. So he searched and searched through the pages of the old spell book before deciding on a potion called Undo Soup. It's got 5 cat hairs, 4 meaty bones, 3 sunny morning dewdrops, 2 stinky old slippers, and a partridge in a and 1 pinch of magic witching dust. Directions. Throw it all in, stir, and leave for 2 minutes. Hopefully this will undo this terrible mess, he said. Then he set to work on making the new potion. And this time, he was sure to follow the recipe to the very letter. Well, almost. He could only find 1 stinky old slipper, so he threw in some extra cat hairs instead. Ha! This seems easy enough, he was just thinking, when suddenly... Oh, that's cute. That's cute, Lori. Oh, good night, DeWitty. it was ready. The mixture was blue and bubbling. This time he resisted adding seasoning before serving up for the frog. And zap! A dog! The frog changed into a dog. Woof, woof, said the dog. Oh, no, not again, said the cat. I really need to put this right. So he hurried back to the book to find the answer. Ah, this looks ideal, he said, reading aloud a recipe for... And notice that the doggie's got the blue, bubbly stuff all over his mouth. Make a witch stew. 5 glittery fish scales. 4 spindly spider legs. 3 tablespoons of frog spit. That's a lot of frog spit. What do you think about 500 frogs? Anyway, 2 sun-ripened pumpkins, 1 pinch of magic witching dust. Directions: throw it all in, stir, and leave for 3 minutes. Ah! Hopefully this will make a witch this time, said the cat, as he followed the instructions super carefully. Well, kind of. There was no frog spit, so we used a smidge of dog drool instead. The cat waited patiently for a moment. Then, poof! It was ready. The orange was oddly orange. Once again, he avoided seasoning before dishing it up for the dog. And zap! The dog magically transformed into a very unhappy witch. Ribbit, ribbit, woof, woof, said the witch crossly. Oh dear, said the cat. I guess it did need the frog spit after all. Thankfully, the potions eventually wore off, and the lovely witch returned to her normal self. But this cat was never allowed to make lunch ever again. Ha! She didn't mention magic, though, he said quietly as he picked another interesting book and started planning his next magical adventure. The end. And that is The Witch's Cat. Very bad witch's cat. All right. We are going to read a book now. Those of you who are on Chatters, this is the Lewis Wildlife. This is the Lewis Wildlife book. We always see the videos of Lewis Wildlife in Chatters every day. This is actually a book that they put out. It's a little picture book, and I guess it was actually a bit expensive. I think this was like $40, something really. But it had to come from Germany because Lewis is based in Germany. So this is called Lewis and the Animals of the Wetlands. Meowdy, everybody. My name is Lewis. I am a Maine Coon cat. Animals across the world suffer from climate change and environmental pollution. Together with the animals of our wetlands, I follow a plan to keep our river and improve the water quality. When I was a kitten, I lived in a small apartment. One day I couldn't stand it anymore and left. I followed a fresh breeze and a mysterious smell. After a long walk, I found a riverbank outside the city. Once fisher families lived there in wooden cabins. Nowadays, people from the city visit them over weekends and summers. This book is based on a true story. There's the picture. Hello, Canby. Are you listening too? The first time I entered the garden of my new family, I was sure I had arrived in paradise. There was a beautiful log cabin, a hammock, an apple tree, a cherry tree, and a big walnut tree. Lots of animals gathered in the garden to eat nuts or fruits. Foxes, hedgehogs, raccoons, and a lot of birds. Even kingfishers showed up. The little log cabin was located right on the river. It had a kayak to use for rides along river arms and lakes, or to visit family and friends. I decided to let them live there from then on. I joined my Meow-Me daily on kayak adventure trips down the river to photograph wild animals and to collect plastic waste. My job is to sit in the top of the kayak to search for waste in the water and navigate my Meow-Me to catch it. I got better and better at riding on the kayak each day. I only fell in the water twice in the beginning, but now, not anymore. I also learned to swim. I can even cross the whole river swimming. I hope, Helen, you're on. I don't know if you're lurking, but this is the book you mentioned. I said I had a copy of. I slowly became friends with many members of the Wetlands, especially a fox family. The mother fox said that the water quality in the river and lakes is bad in summertime, and a lot of plastic waste is floating around. Louis, do you think we and maybe other animals can help you clean up the river? Oh, yes, I said. That would be awesome. Hello, Canby. I will ask Raka the raccoon right away. She must be sitting in the cherry tree as always. I got all of my books here, and I got Canby here, just sitting on them. She's sniffing my hand right now. Hello, Canby. Hello, girl. How you doing? How's that Canby? Oh, you like that? Oh yeah. She likes getting under her mouth rubbed. Oh yeah. That's the best. Hey, Raka, I know raccoons are very good swimmers. Do you want to join us on an adventure in the kayak and collect plastic waste from the river? Raka spat a cherry stone out on my head and shouted, "Oh, cool!" Yes, Mandy. And actually, if you're part of Chatters, Helen, who is one of our chatters, every day puts in the update of Lewis Wildlife into Chatters, and that's kind of where I got, I found the book and all of that. Hopefully, they'll have some more books out soon. Oh, cool! Count me in, buddy. Hello, Becky. I love adventures and doing a good deed every day is my philosophy of life. The foxes yelled, "Let's go!" We've always dreamed of going by boat with you, Lewis. We are also good jumpers, so it would be no problem to jump in and out of the boat. And you will show us how to sit here, right? Yes, of course I will show you, I said, and jumped to the riverbank. Everyone follow me, I meowed loudly to motivate the animals to hop on the kayak with me. The foxes followed as I jumped with the elegance of a Maine Coon cat into the boat. The kayak shook a lot at first, but I finally managed to balance it. Silly, clumsy fox cubs. You still have to learn a lot. Let's paddle down the river to visit Bobby the Beaver in his beaver lodge. I saw a lot of plastic waste piling up there. Maybe we can help each other. Fox, Foxy, and Rocka paddled joyfully down the river to find the beaver's lodge, while I, King Louis, enjoyed watching them from the back seat of the kayak. It is really hard to get a good picture here because the book is kind of dark. Chatters is a Facebook group, Lori. It's a private group at FFRC Chatters. Bobby the Beaver was surprised to see all of us coming by boat and was curious to hear what we had to tell them. As expected, the Beaver's lodge was full of plastic waste, plastic bottles, rubber gloves, even masks piled up. Do you want to help us collect plastic waste from the river, Bobby? Could you make some more small beaver lodges so that we can better pick up the plastic when it washes up? I asked him. Nothing easier than that, the beaver said. When do you want me to start? As soon as possible. The foxes shouted at once and grabbed some plastic bottles. Canby, do you want me to make some room for you? Here, let me make some room for you. Well, those books I read, so you know. All right, there. I have them all up in a pile, and now you can lay down. Bobby, Fox, Foxy, Rocka, and I started building a second beaver's lodge. We used sticks, turf divots, and everything else that we could find. With Bobby, the best dam builder in town, on our team, we easily finished a new beaver's lodge. Hello, Taylor Rath. Hello, Veronica, Mikey, Lola. Frumpkin. Okay. I remember Frumpkin. Yes, Chatter's a favorite. That's what I make that joke about. Frumpkin comes alive on Chatters. We used sticks, turf divots, and anything else that we could find. With Bobby, the best dam builder in town, on our team, we easily finished a new beaver's lodge. Will our plan be successful and a lot of plastic waste washes up? Early the next morning, the foxes, Rocka, and I paddled down the river to see if there was plastic waste washed up at our dam. Bobby awaited us already and was excited to tell us that a lot of plastic waste is drifting around the second beaver's lodge. We could easily collect all of the waste at once now to bring it to the recycling company. We started collecting all the waste when suddenly Rocka found a drift bottle in the water with a message inside. She opened up the bottle subtly with her paws and mouth. Oh my goodness, there's a treasure map in the bottle. Rocka and I stared at the treasure map. Look at this, Rocka. There is a map of our wetlands, and the red line will show us the way to find the treasure. Let's paddle down the river and see if we can find something. Let's ask the foxes to join us, because they can smell 400 times better than humans. After 1 hour paddling and searching on the wetlands, we finally found something amazing. And there's the treasure map. We found a treasure chest full of jewelry and gold coins. Watch this, the fox said. Such an amazing find. Engaging for the environment and helping others will always be rewarded by the universe. The animals decided that I and Foxy have to take care of the treasure chest. Now it was time to celebrate that we cleaned up the whole river and found the treasure. It's really hard to see that. The foxes and I decided to hold a big party in our backyard. We invited the raccoon, the hedgehog, the swans, and the beavers. The beavers came with their drums and played loud music. I danced with a rocket around the fire together with Foxy and the swans. The hedgehog enjoyed a snake snack at our buffet. I almost said Shake Shack. There's the picture of the bonfire. After all, everyone was tired from dancing and laughing. The full moon shed beautiful light over the wetlands. I went indoors to sleep in bed with my family. Rocka climbed on the old willow tree. The foxes crawled deep under the earth into their cozy fox den, and the swans slept peacefully on the meadows next to the buffaloes. Well, we all dreamed about new adventures to come. Meowdy, and good night, everybody. See you soon in my next story. All right. So then there's some about the authors. About Lewis Wildlife. Lewis is a Maine Coon cat. He lives with his family, foxes, raccoons, and many other animals in a log cabin at the River Havel in Germany. His social media account, @LewisWildlife, all one word, has more than 300,000 followers from all around the world. With the help of his human team, Lewis is not only a campaigner of for the environment and for climate change awareness, but also a philosopher. And then about the author, Undine Frumming, is an environmental anthropologist. She lives in Lewis and her family in a log cabin at the River Havel in Germany. Together with her identical twin sister Freya, who has her own film production company and who lives next door in a wooden cabin, she takes care of Lewis and his social media accounts. So if you follow Lewis Wildlife, that's the book about Lewis. All right. Next, and this is one of the books that I got from a Kickstarter. And they actually sent me 2 books. So I have a pile of children's books where I have doubles. So this is one of them. This is called Kip Dreams Big. An Ocean Adventure. And they sent me a whole bunch of stickers. Oh, you're welcome, Andy. It's time for bed, Kip, Mama exclaimed. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. I remember the illustrations in this book are just fantastic. It's time for bed, Kip, Mama exclaimed. Let's go start your routine. First, take a bubble bath and brush your teeth so they shine and gleam. Let's get into pajamas and put all your toys back in their place. Let's cuddle close for snuggles, sing a song, and say grace. Kip, a curious young fox, had thoughts bouncing round in his head, so he asked Mama a question before going to bed. At school, I saw a sign that read, "We're going green." Can you tell me what exactly does that mean? Mama replied, well, there's this problem our world is facing. Right away, Kip's mind started racing. Many of us don't recycle to keep the earth clean, but we must all help keep the environment stay pristine. Can we help? We have a strong sense of smell, and we can climb trees. Mama gave Kip a gentle squeeze. You're so thoughtful and kind, and you have a big heart. In the morning, let's talk about how we can do our part. He asked, one more song and hold my hand. And all at once he was off to dreamland. I'm sorry, Peggy who, Mike? Not really sure. Kip was on a boat in the middle of the ocean that swayed back and forth in a rocking motion. He yelled to the captain, "Do I have everything I need?" "You're ready for an adventure," shouted the captain. "Godspeed." Without hesitation, Kip jumped right in. Splash! He hit the water with a tremendous crash. Kip was surrounded by beautiful creatures. A seahorse swam by with the most unique features. Colorful coral was all around, some orange, some pink, and even some green. It was bustling with fish that he had never before seen. Kip thought to himself, what an amazing creation. Scurrying swiftly past him was a hermit crab, a bright red crustacean. Oh, Canby. Canby is now asleep. But the good news is she's not sleeping on my books anymore. Kip swam deeper until he noticed something sparkle. Was it a fish, a shell, or maybe a barnacle? Quickly he realized it was a plastic wrapper. He knew leaving it there would end in disaster. How did it get here? How could this be? Kip grabbed it and shouted, "This doesn't belong in the sea!" Continuing his journey, Kip found the fellow in a bad state. "Oh my, your arms. Do you have 8? "Help me," pleaded the octopus, who was very upset. "My tentacles are stuck. They're caught in this net." Kip pushed and tugged, but was making it worse. He promised, "I'll get you out." But this was a first. He pulled as hard as he could and tried until finally the net was untied. With all 8 arms, the octopus wrapped him in a hug, as Kip gave a humble smile and a little shrug. "Oh, thank you, Cat. Nearby, he saw a stingray moving her fins. They looked elegant, like a bird flapping its wings. Oh, that doesn't rhyme. She asked, "Do you know my family is called a fever?" Kip had no reason not to believe her. She was searching for clams with her litter in tow, but the one pup was having trouble being able to grow. Kip instantly realized what was wrong, a plastic straw in his mouth that was much too long. "Good thing stingrays don't grow bones." He removed it, feeling clever. The stingrays cheered, "Sweet fox, we'll be grateful forever." Past a forest of seaweed, Kip approached a dark cave. "Hello, username cannot be blank." Yeah, Kip approached a dark cave. He had to explore and promised he'd be brave. Something bright started approaching. It was glowing. The light was bouncing fast. It wasn't slowing. I'm bioluminescent, luminescent, squeaked the jellyfish. Do you know what that means? I eat plankton, which makes me glow purple and green. But then she let out a sob and began to pout. I'm trapped in a plastic bag, and I cannot get out. With all of his might, Kip ripped the bag in two, and the jellyfish happily bounced away out of view. Suddenly, Kip heard loud noises that sounded like a song. As a whale approached, he yelled, "Wow! You're almost 50 feet long!" The whale groaned and said, "I hope you can help me. There's a plastic bottle in my blowhole, and I can't breathe." Kip did not delay and grabbed hold of the bottle. Pop! It flew out with a yank and a jostle. "Thank you. I was scared, and I didn't know what to do." She said, "This next song, is just for you." "Thank you, Ms. M." Kip felt proud. He saved her from dismay. And with a wink and a smile, the whale moseyed on his way. Kip saw a figure headed straight for him. Darting from left and right, it looked like a predator that was ready to strike. A shark opened his mouth with a cheerful expression. "How many teeth do you have?" he gasped. "What a first impression!" The shark bellowed, "I have over 300. Were they as sharp as they looked? Kip wondered. "A fishing line is tangled around my fin, and it's making it hard for me to swim." Kip thought surely this was something they could outsmart, then used his own teeth to bite it apart. The shark waved his tail in delight. "Thank you, I'm finally free. I'll tell everyone about you, the fox that saved me." All at once, Kip startled awake. He jumped out of bed and started to shake. He cried out, "We must help my friends. What can we do? The plastic in the ocean is not good for them, me or you." "Hello, Cat B." Mama responded, "I have an idea. Let's head to the beach. I know how we can make a difference with a goal we can both reach." When Kip and his mama arrived at the beach, they picked up bottles, bags, and plastic within their reach. Other beachgoers wanted to lend a hand, and together they worked for hours to clean up litter from the sand. They gathered the trash and placed it in the recycling bin. Mama asked, "Do you know we can recycle glass, cardboard, and even tin?" The trash we don't recycle ends up in streams, rivers, and lakes. And what a disaster it all creates. It travels to our oceans since the waterways are linked, where it hurts our friends, causing many to become extinct. Plastics use a large amount of oil, water, and energy to be made, and then can take 1,000 years to biodegrade. Kip realized although he was just a small fox, he could make a big impact. He began planning his next project, right away, in fact. A message from Kip to you. So it is. It may be too late to change the past, but we can change the future, and we must do it fast. Our world needs us all to do our part, and please remember, it's not too late for you to start. Not only for our friends in the sea, but also for those on hand, like you and me. The plastic pollution, big, small, and everything in between, has impacts that are large but are not always seen. There are many ways you can assist. If you don't know where to begin, let's create a list. You can recycle, reuse, reduce what you use, or stop using plastic altogether and just refuse. Please help us spread the word. No matter how small, you have a voice to be heard. Thank you for helping to save our planet. With help from you, we can surely do it. And this is probably one of the best pictures of the book. So that is Kip Dreams Big. And like I said, I got this book from Kickstarter, and really, I think this is an excellent book. So, all right, we got about 10 minutes. Oh, you're welcome, PNW. Let me see if I have a small book. Yeah, it's getting a. I think what we're going to do is we'll finish the rest of these books next week. So I almost want to do it like in a rhyme. We'll finish these books sometime next week, and hopefully I'll have more voice to speak. All right, that's enough. So I got my Bob and Doug McKenzie Phillies hat. Of course, maybe 3 people probably realize that who Bob and Doug McKenzie are, but this is a nice warm hat, especially when it's approaching 0 degrees. So, thank you, Craig. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cat B. I have a huge pile of books here, so let me make sure I have them here. And then, of course, the other thing is I am touching Cam B's Fanny here. She's not really she's not really happy about it. So. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Oh. Let's see. I got my phone. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.